Alright, here we are, F2G Super Corsair. Is this thing any good? Should you use a coupon or should you keep it and wait a little bit? I think that for now you should wait. The plane right now isn't accurate, it misses a lot of horsepower. I put a link in the description directing you to a forum post that goes on about how much horsepower it misses and other kind of sources. So if you do find that stuff interesting, then be sure to check it out. Second thing with this plane, it's 6.7. I did about 12 games right now. Every game except for one, I've seen 7.3s or 7.7s. The SK60 here completely fucked up. Don't mind the footage too much, it's basically as filler. Because right now I don't want to show you how I died 5 times in a row, because that's not very interesting. Because this thing is extremely frustrating to play right now, because you're only fighting jets. Is this plane bad? No. It's a good prop plane. The problem is the P51H is better and it's at 6.3. The FU4B is marginally worse, has a much better matchmaking, and it of course is the A&M trees, because this plane, you guessed it, there's also something wrong with the guns. It has the early war 50 cal belts. And early war 50 cal belts, when you're fighting planes that are so much faster than you that you can barely catch him, is not very enjoyable. So a little bit of a summary: if you have flown the FU4B, this thing is a little bit faster. It does climb better on the deck. At high altitude it's not very good because it lacks the superchargers. You really miss the A&M trees, and it's just a little bit heavier, and this makes it turn a bit worse as well. The stall control is noticeably worse, and I will show you 1 or 2 dogfights at the end of this video that I performed against someone that can actually duel. He did win most of the fights, but you do have to keep 2 things in mind. He's 1 better than me, and through the FU4B is much better at turning in the first 1, 2, 3 turns, and after that I can just start building up an energy advantage and then I control the fight. The problem is that I have to get out of his guns at the start. If I manage to do that, then I will beat it. Of course, you're not really going to face many FU4Bs because they're in your team and you need to get a full down tier for that to happen. And getting a full down tier, is that going to happen a lot? No, it's just not. So for now, I would say keep this ticket or keep this coupon. Just keep it. Wait for this plane to change, because I do have a feeling they're gonna change the horsepower, maybe the guns, and maybe the matchmaker. If they make this thing late war 50 cal belts, they give the engine with the extra power, because right now the power you have on web should be the power you have on 100%, which is a lot. It's a lot on this plane. And then I could see this thing being 6.7 maybe. Right now it's a 6.0, maybe a 6.3, probably a 6.3. 6.3 is probably the best bet for right now, just to alleviate a little bit of the up tiers that you keep getting. And 5.3s are able to fight this thing. If the FU4B can be 5.7, this thing can be 6.3, and that's normally not something I will say in that kind of context, but I think this thing should be fine. And I'm going to be using this dogfight because he hit me and I hit him as well, and this makes it so that you can kind of see he gets a shot, and if he doesn't kill me in that shot, he will most likely lose. And this is how most of the fights went. At least, not really, because most fights he will actually kill me when he hits me because he has the A&M trees. But you should be able to tell what I'm saying. You can tell that he's stalling on my 6 right now, and he does have a little bit better stall control. He does have a better turn, but I just out-energy him completely. And this is how most fights went, yet again. I'm just trying to drain him of his energy, and you have to do this by making him turn. Problem is, he will get guns on you once or twice doing this, but after you survive those shots, you can easily tell that I'm just going up. He's not really sticking with me much. The problem is that you do have a little bit worse stall control, and he does turn a little bit better, and this makes it so that sometimes when you stall out, this thing starts flipping over, this thing starts like spazzing about, which completely screws you over. In this case it went well. This is basically an ideal scenario, well, other than him hitting me of course. He flies into my guns and I set him on fire. And that's pretty much how that went. He killed me 6 or 7 out of 10 times out of 35 matches, or 35 rounds. So yeah, equal energy. The FU4B will have a small edge, but you do have to keep in mind that the F2G has an altitude advantage mostly over that plane, because it does climb a lot better. It climbs at about 20 to 22 degrees from takeoff. The FU4B does nowhere near that. And we're fighting stuff like SK60s and F84Gs every match, and those are not planes you want to fight. Yes, the SK60 is completely busted versus props, but most jets are, so you want to keep these things low. You want to take them out as they're busy with someone else. Vampires, F84Gs, as well as meteors and SK-60s are your main threats in this thing. And right now I don't advise you to fly it. Maybe you like this plane, maybe you like Corsairs, fly the FU-4B. Maybe you like high tier American props, fly the P-51H. It is better than the F8F1B, but there's just a lot of things I think that are wrong with it. So I would say keep your coupon, wait for it to change, because if you right now, if you use it and after they change it you don't like the plane, it would be a shame. If you're gonna sell it right now, maybe you can sell it for like 150, 200 bucks right now because it's new on the market. Go ahead, sell it, get someone to buy it, be my guest. If you're a collector, be my guest. But if you're someone that just wants planes to have fun, to fly something different, this plane will not be for you right now. And if you want a tier 4 premium to grind America with, sure thing. Maybe you think that this thing is great for you, feel free. It's a premium, you do get decent multipliers on it, but you do have to keep in mind that you will be fighting 7.7 and 7.3 every other match. And before you start saying that, oh, but you're getting such good games, you're getting a 5 kill and a 4 kill game against Jets. Yes, but I cherry pick these matches and I'm picking off Jets that are basically not paying attention to me. And that's how you have to kill these people. The moment you're alone, the moment you're fighting multiple people, you're basically screwed. You need a team to survive in this thing, and you need a team to even catch people in this thing. The only reason I'm catching this vampire is because he was engaged on someone else and I'm diving on him. The dive advantage that I have right now will disappear very quickly because I just don't have the high speed retention that a jet will have. It's not a low drag airframe. This thing is very tedious to play right now, and I'm just showing you the good bits. But I do want to be true with you here. I'm not gonna say that I've been outplaying everyone in this plane. I'm having a very rough time in it. So looking at the footage right here, this will be your best matches, and they're very boring because you're picking off people that are not paying attention. Your average match will not look like this whatsoever, and I want you to be aware of that. Wait for the coupon, wait for the changes, and then make a decision when it is changed. I will make another video if they change this thing. I will link it in the description, as well as the forum post that I mentioned earlier in this video. And you should make an opinion for yourself. Don't let me tell you what you think is the best idea. I gave you everything I think you should know. And maybe I'm just having bad luck. Maybe the matchmaker isn't like this. Normally what I do is I ask as many people that fly this thing that I have trust in to see if what I'm saying is actually correct. This time I can't really do that because no one I know has this plane, or at least no one I find credible. I know one guy, but he has like one game in it, so I'm not going to ask that. So that's why I went to dogfight Xetzas at the little intermission clip to see if what I'm saying is correct. So hope this helps you all out. I'm going to be strafing a guy, get my kill stolen. Not very stellar gameplay, so I'm just going to cut it right here. Do keep in mind that, before I forget actually, the payload on this thing is absolutely abysmal. You get either 2 tiny Tims, you get 2 bombs, and the bombs aren't very stellar either. You get the 1000 pounders, which you should run, or you get 2 250, or you get 2 500s, or you get 8 HVAR. So even for ground attack, this thing isn't very good. The FU-4B has one better ordnance, that's a better BR, and it has the A&M trees, which can absolutely shred the engine deck, turrets and light tanks. So even for ground RB, the F2G is not worth it. The AU1 will be a better pick for you. And that's basically all I have for you today. I hope this was helpful. Of course, don't let me lecture you about these things. If you want to get this thing, just get it. But I do want to be as transparent as I can be and give you the ability to make the best informed decision for yourself. Hope this was helpful. Sorry for the lack of uploads. I'm a little bit drained at the moment. Very busy. Don't worry, I'm not quitting, but I'm making it so that I don't burn myself out, so I'm taking it a little bit easier. See you all very soon again, and have a nice day.